Lekki Peninsula axis of Lagos boasts of a large proportion of highbrow residential apartment estates and, of course, a class of people who could be said to be quite comfortable and with a good means of livelihood. However, there is a growing concern among residents of Lekki Phase 1 and Okunde Blue Water Scheme as the presence of squatters and other illegal merchants are beginning to pose a lot of security and hazardous threats to the environment. This coastal road in the Lekki area of Lagos State boasts of several estates and streets bordering it, including Okunde Blue Scheme, Adedeji Close, Oriwo, Odubiyi, Folashade, Remi Olowode streets, and more. There is also the presence of some squatters that have become a source of hazardous and security threats to others in the neighborhood. They live in shanties and wooden buildings. This overhead shot of the area gives an indication of how much they've grown and taken root. On a daily basis, more people join them, and this sometimes leads to a rivalry between different gangs and fighting. Over the years, sand vendors excavated sand from the area, which they sold, but left a huge vacuum, which has led to erosion and deep gullies and the collapse of people's fences. Some of the residents whose faces are blurred for fear of their safety speak on the harrowing problems they've had to put up with in the light of the overwhelming presence of the squatters.
I've been living here for close to a year now, and I would say that it's been 1 year of hell. First is the offensive odor, which is coming from right behind us on the coastal road, which I would say has been abandoned or is an abandoned project. We have people living there, living in shanties and defecating right on the road, which is directly behind where we live. The smell, the urine, and in fact, all the rubbish and the dirt, the garbage from the whole of Lekki is being dumped here. It's now a dump site. Apart from being a dump site, there's a pool of water that has refused to go, which right now is the breeding ground for mosquitoes. It's also seeping into our water system because people defecate inside the water, urinate inside the water, throw dirt inside the water, and it's already mixing with what we consume. Now, by God's grace, we don't pray for an outbreak of cholera, but with what we're seeing at the back here, very soon we'll have people, if not dying, but ending up in the hospital because of cholera. Now, as I start to hear gunshots all the time from the back, we see people fighting, stabbing themselves. It is a security threat. Lives around here is no longer safe in terms of armed banditry, which is going on there. You can see people moving around with arms. And aside from that, too, the health challenge, hygiene is terrible. You need to see this first and for you to understand what we're facing. We can't even open our windows. The smell is killing. I mean, we have babies, we have little children, we have we can't drink water. We can't even bathe with the water any longer just because it's been poisoned by the amount of dirt and stagnant water that is coming from the waste of this miscreants and people living in the shanties right behind us.
They pose a very serious, threat to us as residents, because these boys, they engage in so many illegal activities. They rob. There was a raid carried on them recently, and what they found on them was very, very shocking. And these are the guys that we wake up to every morning. We live with we can't sleep with our eyes closed because they fight, they engage in so many illegal activities, and this is a public cry. We don't know. We've written letters, we've done as much as we can, but we want, I don't know, government to do something about it. It's really, really affecting us. Our children can't play outside. We can't even enjoy the beauty of nature again. We are always indoors. We are always, because of this stench, and it could even lead to dangerous. I'm scared for my children. You know, there's cholera, other waterborne, airborne diseases. They can be exposed to it, and you know, is alarming.
One of the residents claimed that they had written to the Lagos State Ministry of Environment on several occasions regarding the challenges they face, which include a possible outbreak of diseases in the area. But nothing has been done so far to solve the problem. So they appeal once again.
We've written to Lagos State government, and up to now we've not gotten a permanent solution. There was a time Lagos State government came to evacuate those people living around, but before we know, they came back, and it's actually a big issue for us. In the evening, they normally make different kind of noise, which is not too good for people living around. Three, they have a dump site that they are putting refuse. It's a big challenge to the streets. At this point, we want the government to fence the back for us and make sure they're taking those guys away, because we don't even know they actually live there. They've turned that place to their home. In the evening, when we come back from work, we cannot have rest of mind, noise, different kind of noise, and all of that. So we want the government to actually chase them away for us.
I just want the government to come and see by themselves, to see how we are feeling and to see what's happening in our own environment. Please. Even talking to you guys now, I'm even scared, because if probably they might see me, or they know that one of that the resident around are the one trying to do this thing, they might even come on me, because the guys at the arena, they are deadly, to be sincere. Because I've seen two, the people living there, and at the same time what they are doing is bad. The government should please do something about it.
While it may be an eyesore to watch such settlement in the highbrow area of Lagos blossom, it will make a lot of impact if the government does not only displace them, but also find ways of resettling them.